Okay.
Oh, okay.
So, hi everyone. Welcome to our show.
Yes.
We have Zoom running right, Facebook, YouTube running, and Zoom is together. So everybody right now on YouTube for the first time, you guys are seeing us in the Zoom room.
We are in the Zoom room, so our camera is actually in our live Zoom room, and whenever we speak to anybody tonight, whoever raises their hand, they have the option of sharing their camera with us and actually speaking. And next time you go back to rewatch, if any of you ever do rewatch these shows, you'll actually see the active speaker and not on this TV in the background.
Don't you anymore. So always trying to make things a bit better. Like we can't believe that we actually were able to figure all this out this week. This is all 1 week's work. We just figured all these different things out to turn on. We tested it out. It works. And now it's just a matter of like running with it and see how much more stuff we can add.
Exactly. So how did we do? Oh, well. Again, we didn't even introduce ourselves.
I'm Nick.
And I'm Jean-Luc.
And we're the Wellness Warriors. So
I think all this new technology stuff has gotten us so excited that we're not used to, we can't even think of how to run the show anymore.
No. So, first thing I want to talk about is we actually, our celebrations, I think we're going to talk about today, because we actually don't have many stories to start at the beginning. A lot of the talk we'll have today is about stuff we heard in workshops this week. There's a lot of stuff that we heard, different quotes, different things that really hit us differently, different analogies. And so we're actually going to be concentrating a lot of the talk about what we've heard this week.
And it's some from last week's topic, and some from just today's topic.
Yeah,
a little bit. There was an analogy today that we really liked, and it's this one here that I want to talk about, which is the whole puzzle idea that a coach brought up today, the puzzle piece. And it was really interesting. We'll ask that question at some point. So let's talk about celebrations. Let's get some celebrations in Zoom and on Facebook and on YouTube. We can talk about our weigh-in.
Yeah, so I weighed in the same. So you guys, most of you probably saw our video. So I weighed in the same, did not gain any weight this week. But again, we shared, well, I'll let you share first.
Yeah, and then I actually was up 0.5, if I'm not mistaken, 0.5. I weighed in at 180.6, and last week I was at 180.1. And I was honest at the beginning of this show tonight, I said it. We struggled with tracking this week. We overindulged in foods that we normally eat as snacks, but we overindulged in them.
Yeah.
And so we weren't expecting to stay. I was not, at least. I was not expecting
a gain. So
I was expecting a gain, and it's not like I was expecting a gain and being down on myself and saying, "Oh my God, I knew it. I knew in my head that I was coming to the scale, going, okay, there's no way that with the amount of food that I ate, which is more than I normally do, above my points, and no, not tracked. Again, I'll be honest, was not tracked. That the scale would have budged on me, and it did 0.5. But I'm like, why? I can't explain it.
And someone just said we did lose a lot last week.
We did, exactly.
And so it's our bodies adjusting, right? That was Sarah, I think. And I think, yeah, our bodies are adjusting. And so that's the thing. We're okay with it. This week, we're going back to tracking. Today we had a 0-point lunch. We had a 3-point dinner. We're very low point already today.
And someone made us realize too, I don't remember who we were talking to, but we've changed when we're working out now. We actually made the full on decision from now on. We've always been morning workout people. We wake up early in the morning, we work out, and then we have time free after work. And we come to realize that right now, since we're home and we can't go anywhere anyways, why are we forcing ourselves to wake up so early in the morning and yet still spending all the night up late and extending our entire evening
and getting less sleep?
Yeah. We're getting a lot less sleep. But if we actually let ourselves sleep in the morning,
work,
do our workout after work, because we're not going anywhere, there's no commuting anymore, there's no more driving, and then we make dinner, we do a few workshops, we still have our night till like 10:30, 11, and still don't have to wake up till 8, so we still get a good 7 to 8 hours worth of sleep.
And again, guys, it's about learning your current experience. It's what you're going through right now. Remodeling, right? You have to always look at what you're doing and see what's the best outcome. What do I need to change to make it even better? And we did that this week, I think, and we're going to keep doing it that way.
So let's look at other people's celebrations.
So Ellen's down 3, Valerie 2.2, Patricia 3.2, Kelly's tomorrow, lifetime status, woohoo, for Marion, Lady.
Wow, Linda here, she recommitted on January.
2.5 for Rosie. Go ahead.
Linda came back in January 4th, and she's down 6.2 right now, which is amazing.
Elaine's 2.8. The puzzle analogy, 2.2 from Heather. Hi, Heather. Kelly's
Hi, Barbara.
137 fit points.
Wow. That's insane.
Janet 1.7. But you guys lost. Yeah. I'm reading old comments. 2.6, 0.4 from Anna. My God, everybody's staying the same. For Matilda, for Lynn. Matila's down 1, close all apple rings, Nisha 1.5. You guys, this is amazing. So much success. And you know what? Even if you're not experiencing, you're here tonight. That's what matters.
Give yourself a pat on the back.
Give yourself a pat on the back just for that, because again, you're here to take care of your health. That's why we chat every week. That's why we do this. This is why the Wellness Warriors are about, because we realize that's what this what keeps us going.
It keeps us going. It keeps us want to keep going, and it makes us feel normal.
Yeah.
Like, does that sound weird? Like that coming to these Sunday nights for me make me feel like, wow, I'm not alone on this journey. I have so many other people that they don't know my journey. None of you know my exact journey, because none of us know exactly what we're going through. But we have commonality.
Yeah. And
that's where we meet. We meet in that common plane where our experiences can be similar. And that's how we learn, by similarities and figuring out, wow, okay, you and I have the same way of looking at things. What you do might work for me. Or you and I look at things completely differently. Maybe I should try what you're doing instead. And it's all that balance, right? And that was another theme we talked about at one of the workshops, that whole idea of balancing, where, you know, we realized that this week our food balance, our activity was great. So our activity was up, but our food was down. And it's trying to figure out where we can make it stick. And a lot of times it's this mindset. And it's the mindset of keep going. And even someone had asked us a question in YouTube, because they were concerned. They're like, wow, I'm really concerned that, like, why are you guys overeating? Like, are you guys, but you said your activity was on par and this was on par. And we sat there and we're like,
it just happens.
We think, honestly, the changing of the gym, again, has added extra time to our evening, where we're up a little bit later, and we're not dividing our points up like we used to, where we would spread them out long enough.
We're almost serial snacking a bit right now.
Yeah, we're serial snacking
constantly in a row. So
yeah,
that's another thing that we need to
yeah, we have to maybe even re-implement our snack on, snack off.
Yeah,
more.
Yeah, but we don't have that many. Yeah. So thank you so much, everyone, for sharing your celebrations. It was great to see. I had so many people. I saw some more on YouTube and Facebook that came up. So Jane is up 1 pound. That's okay. That's awesome. That's okay, Jane. You'll get there eventually. You always do. You're like us, frequent flyer. Colleen's down 3. Stay the same for Judy and Denise. So it's amazing. Even on YouTube, everybody's still celebrating their successes, or just, you know, sharing their week, how things have happened for them this week. This week, in terms of what we did a body this Monday. We had a lot of fun.
There was a lot of people in that class too. A lot of people came in.
There was a lot of first timers too. Who tried it for the first time. So
if anybody has not tried a body with Antonetta, and if you want to try it, your first class is free. So just reach out to a body with Antonetta. I'm sure she would be more than happy to share the link with you and just try it out. A lot of people went, and I know someone here, Charlotte, tried it and enjoyed it. From what I gathered from the post that I saw. Enjoyed it a lot, which is awesome.
Then on Wednesday and Friday, first of all, on Tuesday, we tried to go in Facebook Live with Antonetta. That didn't work. So we had to reach. So we tried it Wednesday. That's how we figured out this whole new setup that we have now. And then Saturday, yesterday, we had a new video come out. Our favorite things, the jalapeno cheese strings from Cracker Barrel, which are amazing. There's also a cracked peppercorn one. They're so good. So it's one of our newest cheese. You know me with cheese, guys. I'm like a mouse. I can have cheese in different forms. And now, if someone came out to me and said, "Here's a cheese for 0 points," I'd be like, "Oh my god,
I sometimes make a mistake and say something like, "Oh, hon, do you want this, or do you want like a sweet snack or cheese?" And I should not even ask.
Oh no, he asked me, "Do you want some cheese?" It's like, "Do you want to breathe?" That's basically the question, right? It's like, do you want cheese? It's like, do you want chocolate?
Yeah, well, no, because I might not always say yes to chocolate.
You say most of the time.
I say it most of the time.
You say most of the time.
I do say it most of the time.
So, Fireside Chat then.
Yes.
So we do have people again in Zoom. If you want to chat with us, please raise your hand. If we say something that you find you want to chime in on, or you have your own comments, you can say it in chat as well, or raise your hand virtually, and we will get. So the first thing we want to talk about is this thing, right?
Yeah, well, no, actually, the first thing I want to talk about is this right there.
Oh, yeah.
So we were in a workshop, and I think it was the coach by accident.
Yeah.
And so we were talking about the name of the WW name, and how WW has changed their name from Weight Watchers to Wellness.
Wellness That Works.
Wellness That Works. But someone said, instead of saying, you know how we all say health and wellness? someone changed it to wealth and wellness,
by mistake.
which we were like, wow, that's like reversing those two
I'm
letters.
working on my wealth and
I'm
wellness.
working on my wealth and wellness. I'm like, wow, some of us might relate to that though, unfortunately. And it's kind of funny because it was such a weird like flip. I was like, wow, that's so weird that don't want to make that flip.
No.
Because I don't want to work on wellness whatsoever.
No.
Wealth is not a bad thing, right? Yeah. But wealth comes in so many different forms.
Another thing we were talking about this week, someone's one of the coaches, I don't remember, again, I apologize, I don't remember the coaches' names or who the member was, but someone said there's a website called futureme.org, which apparently you can go to that website and write yourself an email for the future.
And time it, so it'll email it to you in 6 months from now, or a year from now.
Yeah, which brings back one of the things that we did in September. So if you guys remember, back in September, September is the new January.
September is the new January.
So we actually, we were going to try to share a video tonight, but we thought you guys might not see it that well on here. So what we'll do is in the group, the next few days, we will tag everybody's videos that were shared during that time. So if you made a video, we actually tagged them all, and they're all saved. So we'll actually go through them this week and start tagging some of them to bring them back to the top so you can see your messages to yourself.
And we will be using those videos as our last Fireside chat. No, it's not that. Is it? No, you're right. No,
we were going to use it today, but we said
moved
it because we don't have time. Yeah.
So basically, it's just to revisit what we had said in September and see now that January is almost done. What did we do from September to January?
Or those goals you set, or those things you told yourself that you were going to try to do during that time. So that's what we're going to actually reshare.
I'm really nervous to see what
we said.
I don't remember what I said, and we have not rewatched it in a while. So it'll be very interesting to see if we were able to accomplish any of those, or if it's a lesson learned. Or I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, same here. And I'm looking forward to seeing everybody else's take on their own letters, their own messages, right? So if you guys want to do something similar, but write yourself something, you're more of a writing person, go to futureme.org and then you can schedule an email to be sent to yourself. So
someone was asking a question about she was curious about how many people use all their points and
all their weeklies.
On weeklies.
We use our weeklies every single week. Yep. We have never not used our weeklies. We use them all the time. This again, guys, for us, this journey is not just about weight loss. It's about creating a lifestyle that lasts forever. I need to be able to eat more on weekends. I need to be able to eat more if I go to a party. I need those weeklies for those things. And so I've incorporated them today because I want them to be part of my life forever, right? So that's the thing. That's how we work, though. That's how our lives work.
And it took us a long time to figure that out because originally we were always like, no, I want to lose weight, I want to lose weight, I want to lose weight. But when we would do it that way and not really think about how we want to live our life, right? He's drinking my water. That's okay. We would lose the weight, but then we'd never be able to maintain it and sustain it for a lengthy period of time. Now that we say, okay, our weeklies are part of our week. We might not have them throughout the week. We have them on one specific day, but we know that that's how we've created our plan.
And guys, because back in the day, when we were doing WWE back in the day, we would always say we were off program on Saturday. And it was our cheat day, and we were not tracking on those days. We do whatever we want. So when we came back this time, we said, no, we can't do that. We'll apply the weeklies to that day. And so we've changed our habit by saying it's a free-for-all, by saying it's not a free-for-all now. We're adding parameters to this day. And so if you're someone that's similar who likes having that cheat day, or you like having that cheat night or that cheat treat, I hate saying cheat, but that's what everybody always calls it. We call it indulge.
We say an indulgent day.
So if you want to indulge, right, your indulgement day, then that's what we use now. We use those weeklies for those moments, and we've created a habit with it so that when we get to lifetime, which we have now,
we're still able to do it.
It's already part of our journey. It's already part of something we do every day.
Yeah.
So, something else that was talked about today in the workshop.
Well, it was me.
Yes, do you want to talk about that one, Hun? Because you brought that analogy, it was amazing.
It was so funny. We were talking about intentions last week, if I'm not mistaken. That was the topic of it. And as we were in a workshop, and they were explaining how, we set these intentions and they create these print. Like in my mind, when they started explaining it, I looked at intention as being a blueprint to a house or a building. And when they make blueprints, like you have a structure, and then you have a layer of clear acetate paper that goes on top to see the different forms in the room, and then there's another one on top as well to see the next level. And I almost looked at that our intentions are like our blueprints. That's what guides us and allows us to somewhat envision what we want to
So for example,
set.
you're building a home, you know your home has this shape. So that your intention is to build a home, but how the home gets built isn't exactly defined. Maybe you'll put the room here, maybe the bathroom will be over here, maybe the kitchen will be on the second floor. You don't know exactly where it's going to be, but you know you're building a home. You're building a lifestyle. You're building your journey, your future lifestyle. And so you're using this blueprint idea as though you're building it. You're adding these things. So your intentions is what you're trying to do, and then your blueprint is what you're adding on top and trying to build to get to that final
And creating that structure that
you're looking for.
So, and it really helped me think of my intentions a little bit differently. So I really love that analogy behind the whole thought of intentions. And so another thing that we talked about too is our failures. Making anytime that you feel like you failed at something, because a lot of times it's not failure, make that your fuel. Change that into fuel. Say, okay, this is not really failure, it's gas. It's gas that's gonna make me wanna try it again, but maybe try it differently. Or maybe get some advice from someone who's maybe tried this.
We also explained in the past, one of our things that we did at Christmas time, we explained to you guys, we planned our indulgences. Yep. We said this year we're doing 7 days. Each day is going to be an
we had one bag of chips.
Dinner. We had a bag of chips a day, these desserts, and we planned it all. But we felt horrible that entire week. We had so horrible stomach aches. Jean-Luc got heartburn, and so because of that, we've learned a lesson. It's not a failure. We've gotten feedback from that, so now it's going to fuel us for next year. What we want to do, we will take back the lessons we've learned from this year onto next year.
And I'm actually even thinking it's going to fuel us to not want to make those indulgences happen often. Like I'm not even thinking about my next Christmas. I'm thinking about the next time we think, oh, let's have an indulgence meal. I'm going to remember how I felt at Christmas.
I just had an idea. Go to futureme.org, write yourself a letter right now today for December 1st, 2021, saying, at Christmas, these are the lessons I learned, and send it to yourself.
I love that.
So December 1st next year, you'll get an email from yourself and the lessons
you learned. Remember how you felt I love that. I think I
mix them together.
Maybe I'll do that.
Yeah, send yourself a letter so that we don't forget. Because you know what? 12 months go by and then you forget about everything that happened at Christmas. I always feel like Christmas comes back and you're like, what happened last Christmas again?
Or you even take a Christmas decoration out and go, where did I put this last year?
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
And you never
right now I can tell you where everything was.
Right,
because it was just
it's
here.
Fresh, right?
But
it's fresh in your mind. Exactly. So you want to let's talk to some people.
Yeah, so let's start with Diane.
She's all excited. Diane, I'm assuming Diane does not mind being on video since her video is still on.
Okay.
And
this is so exciting.
You're unmuted. It'll just take a second here.
Okay.
There we go. Yay!
We can hear you now.
Is it my turn? Do I look skinny?
You look fantastic.
Okay. This is really weird, man. I had a great week. I lost 0.3. I'm 10 below goal. Life is good. The only pillar I haven't mastered is sleep, and I'm working on that. But I want to tell you this. The last time I listened to you guys, you mentioned popcorn. So, of course, that went into my little brain, and you said, you go out and buy a popcorn maker. So the next day I did, and look how cute it is.
That's amazing.
Isn't that cute? And it holds like 2.5 cups. And you can put butter, well, I don't do that, but and you eat it right out of here. So
cool.
Is it a microwave one?
Yeah, a microwave one.
Where did you get that?
It's a secret. No, it isn't. No, I got it at Walmart.
It looks like
so anyway, pardon?
I love that it looks like a tea kettle.
I know, it's great. Okay, now I have one question, then I'll let you go to a million other people. I don't use my weeklies. I never have in 2.5 years because it's just too much food for me. Should I feel bad about?
No. Like we said before, you use the WW plan to what works for you. You can't, WW doesn't say you have to be forced to do this or forced to do that. They say these are the guidelines, we give you these to use. And so then it's up to you to use. I know back in the day there was a very big like you should eat your points, and that was one of the things they used to say back in the day. They don't say that much anymore.
No, they say eat till you're satisfied.
Eat till you're satisfied.
Okay.
I would never think that, you know, having to eat those weeklies is something you should do. What we just say is that for us, it's something we need because we need those extra points on Saturdays. We know we overeat. Right? We by nature we overeat on Saturdays.
Idle hands.
Yeah, idle hands.
Idle hands.
Yeah.
It's
Well, that's
true.
because you're warriors. That's why. Now, where do you guys live? Toronto?
In Toronto, yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm in Port Elgin, and I'm pedaling my way to Toronto right now. This is how I get my steps in. It's wonderful.
I love it.
Anyway, thanks.
You're so welcome.
Okay.
This is so much fun, guys. We did this last week, but now the way it's set up is even better.
Yeah.
It's incredible, incredible, incredible.
And what's cool is that we're actually looking at YouTube.
Yeah.
We're looking at you guys. We're not looking
We're
at
not
the
looking
side.
at-
no,
yeah.
Facebook is looking from the side, but Facebook, you should join YouTube. So something else I wanted to talk about before we join with the puzzle thing today.
Yeah, one of the coaches today,
Martha,
talked about. Okay, she said, okay, you have a puzzle. Now that with the pandemic, a lot of us have been doing puzzles. We have not. We have 2 cats. We've been missing pieces all the time. I know it. But Nick's mom's been doing a puzzle, and she asked everybody, how do you start a puzzle? And everybody starts puzzles differently. And I was like, wow. Someone said, okay, I go through the box and I take out all my outline and I put my puzzle.
Someone said I split them by color.
I split by color. Some people say I just take pieces out and randomly
My
start
mom
putting
was
them
in
up.
chat right now. She's on Zoom tonight. My mom is very crazy with her puzzles, and sorry, Mom, you are gonna laugh at you right now.
Not laugh.
My mom is very like she's methodical in her puzzle making. She's like a puzzle making.
She told us she made a puzzle today, and I gotta show this picture because she showed it, and I'll show it right here. This is her just today, the beginning of her puzzle today. Like, look at the pieces. They're all placed on the board, all in the same shapes, sizes. It's insane, but it works for her. That's how she's able to see the puzzle and put her pieces together.
So why does this relate to our wellness journey?
Yeah. How many pillars does WW have? How many corners does the puzzle have? Isn't it? Very interesting.
And how is it that all of us build puzzles differently?
Right? But you put your pieces together. I know we put the edges together. I think a lot of people said that they start with the edges, but then I'm like, how often do you get this one cluster of puzzle and you're like, wow, this cluster was so easy to do and it was like put together in 5 seconds, but then you don't know where to put it because there's nowhere to put it on the
So that relates right back to the conversation we just had about using your weeklies and using your points. We're all building the same puzzle. We're all going to get there in a different way and using the pieces and how we're going to do it differently. And so remember that no matter what you think, the person next to you is their own journey. What they're doing works for them. And if you try and it doesn't work, doesn't mean that the journey won't work for you. Doesn't mean that you can't find your own puzzle pieces, your own way to make your puzzle. It just means you might have to find someone else's way of doing it and learn how they're doing it, ask them how they're doing it and try it out. And maybe that won't work either. You have to try someone else and ask them how they're doing their puzzle.
And sometimes it's just you flipping your own piece around and making sure that when you flip it a few times, you start realizing the differences. Try doing something differently. Because sometimes we put that piece in the wrong section because we think they fit together,
but it's not supposed to go there.
And then all of a sudden you get this other piece and you're like, well, where does this piece go? It doesn't fit anywhere. And you have to find that one piece that's missing. So I know these are really tiny little things, but it really made me think of this whole journey on the activity, on the foods we eat, on the recipes we make. It really is that intricate puzzle that we each have to put our pieces in one by one, but learn from other people by how they put their puzzles together.
So we have someone else in chat. So Scott, you're gonna go up next. So Scott, are you okay with me on camera? Because you're go up. We have you're about to be spotlighted.
He's like, I'm good.
Hi, Scott.
Hello. Yeah, I don't mind.
Oh.
I'm okay. And my hair's a little messed up, but who cares? I don't care.
You're working out. You're always walking to a meeting. We see you.
I'm always walking, but today I felt kind of sore today. But you know, I stayed the same this week. I stayed the same when I heard some of your videos saying that you ate probably too much, but you probably stayed the same. Same with me. I ate too much. Also had a big wedding for my pastor yesterday. So a lot of good food and all that. But hey, luckily I got on scale today. I stayed the same. But I just like to say that today I thought it was interesting, those 2 workshops that I went to with you guys. They were long, but they were very interesting. The one with New York, and then the one with South Carolina, meeting the 3 or 4 other coaches that all met together. They were all there together. That was fun.
Well, it was funny because there was a bunch of coaches in the room as participants, as members.
Yeah.
We're all friends.
And after
All friends, yeah. And it's weird. All those people, all those coaches, I go visit their workshops on national. So I see them all the time. So and they're always loving my picture with the zip line that I always have on my screen and all that. And I tell them where I went or how I got that. And they're all saying, oh, I wish those Dub cruises will come back. So, but one of these days they will. But anyways, those were fun. And but yeah, I thought those were interesting today, watching all that. So yeah, I just stayed the same. So yeah, I'm like 7.6 pounds away from my goal, and it's good. I'm working hard. I think what the topic was last week was they gave a 3 month to 6 month. I'm not pushing it, but it looks like it may have, may not. But my 3 months is hopefully I'll get to my goal, and then hopefully in 6 months we'll see that I'm working on my lifetime. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But hey, it's going to be, whether it happens or not, it will. So that's what I'm working on.
And like you said, Scott, this is, you're changing your life in a certain way. You're changing who you are as a person in terms of what you're doing with your life. So yeah, the 7.6 might happen, but you'll still be doing the same thing in 6 months.
Exactly.
In 9 months, you'll still be doing the same thing because you're always going to be doing these things.
Well, I'll say this real quick too. One thing that's been really fun to do, and it was because of you guys when we were doing it last week with Anjanetta. Yeah. It was so great with you guys, and it got me going. So I paid her classes, so prescription, and it's great. I've been doing them. Last week I did them in the morning, afternoons. Next week I'm gonna do it just in the afternoons because in the morning I'm gonna ride my bike in the morning every morning. So I love them. And I can't wait till next Friday, Saturday, Sunday, because it's gonna be funny. Friday I'm gonna be on with her at 3:30, and then we'll be with you again. Just 15 minutes later, we'll be with you guys again. So
yeah.
That's crazy.
Thank you so much, Scott. And like we said, don't fret about it. It's gonna happen.
And I think it's good. I honestly think it's good that Scott's saying, you know what? I hope I see my goal in 3 months. There's nothing wrong with that, with setting that.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
It's when you say, I need to make my goal in 3 months. When you're making it a must, and you want that so much that when you know it might not happen, you get disappointed.
Yes, you get discouraged with yourself.
Giving yourself that encouragement of saying, I hope I get there in 3 months. I really want that to happen. But if it doesn't happen, I'm going to be happy with what I achieved. That's what you need to think about, right?
Yeah, and one of the things one of the acronyms we heard was FFM.
FFM.
Forgive, forget, and move on. And that's the thing. That's what we had to do this week. We had to forgive ourselves. We decided to overeat. We decided to do it. We made the choice. We actually even verbally said, "Are we just going to eat what we want tonight?" And we both said yes, and we agreed on it, and we didn't back down. We both agreed to do this, so we had to forget about it, forgive ourselves, and just move on and just start back this week, which is what we're doing even today. We're basically back on everything today. We've eaten within our points. We had a 0 point lunch. Our dinner was 3 points, or we're back at tracking, and that's the thing.
It was better.
4 points for dinner. I didn't track it yet. It's not on the tracker yet, but I know it's going in after this. My phone is currently being used to film. That's my excuse. Shh. So it'll be tracked after. Do you want to talk to someone else?
Yeah, let's talk to.
You want to do Sue next?
Sure.
Sue next. We have a lot of people want to chat tonight.
I love it.
So
you know what's really funny? I just realized that all the people with their hands up are above us now, so I don't have to look at the participants list.
And Rosie and Kim are looking at all the other people, so we don't have to worry about it this morning.
Hello, Sue.
Hi guys. I kind of left you guys last week because I was starting. I had a bout of vertigo last. It kind of went away this morning because I finally got my meds for it. But anyway, because I started watching it, I was sitting there like this, trying to hold my head, and my husband's asking me, he goes, "Are you bored?" I go, "No, I'm trying to freaking not make it go round." So, but I'm here tonight. I'm glad to see you. Anyway, I did the same thing. I have a popcorn popper. Okay, it's really cool. It's a little. It holds about, I'd say, about 3 cups. It's a microwave, and I got it at Kitchen Stuff Plus for $5.99.
Awesome.
I even bought one for my sister because, but it was in my cupboard with my popcorn. And finally, when you guys started talking about your popcorn, I said, you know what? Take it out. So now I actually leave it on my counter instead of trying to go for, Bruce's chips or Bruce's whatever he has in that cupboard. I take my popcorn out of that cupboard, so I don't even have to look at it anymore. So at least, because I like eating something at night. I'm sorry, I'm a nighttime snacker. I understand exactly how you feel.
And Sue, I don't know if you saw it, but Scott, was it Renke, posted in our group a really good article about popcorn and how popcorn is healthy for you, and it's good for so many things.
It's what we add on to the popcorn that's really the problem.
I did read that article. I thought it was interesting because it just tells you all about the healthy stuff, because where does popcorn come from? Corn, right? So
Back by part of the band. Corn, take a drink of water.
Every time you hear the word.
Exactly. And that's another thing that I started. I take out 4 bottles every morning, and I try to make sure that I drink these 4 bottles during the day. This is actually my 5th bottle, but because the thing is that without water, everything kind of just sits there. What I want to do, I don't need to see it. What I want to do is go back to my goal weight that I was last February. I've gained I'd say about 13 pounds for the whole year. So I'm not knocking myself out for that because it took me almost a year to gain that, okay? So what I want to do is I just want to go back to where I was last February, and I'll be good. And I'm not gonna stress over it. I'm tired of stressing over it. I'm just gonna do what I need to do. And one thing is my water, and the second thing is I'm gonna stick to popcorn at night. I love popcorn. I don't get tired of popcorn.
And what's cool about it too is with all the different flavors, you can make yourself any popcorn of any kind you want. If you think of the kind of chips you crave.
And there's someone in here tonight that told me she was making my Chicago style popcorn to watch the show. So I'm wondering if she's in the Zoom group.
I gotta try that because I love Chicago popcorn. But I mean, I use the Clubhouse, the red pepper and garlic. I've used the garlic plus. I use the Parmesan. I bought the white cheese, white cheddar, because I love cheese too.
The maple bacon Clubhouse on popcorn is really good too.
Which one?
The maple bacon on popcorn.
I have some of that. I'm gonna have to try it.
Thanks, Sue.
Anyway, have a good night, guys. Love you.
That was awesome. So something else that we actually, another quote that we heard today, which is something that we heard it was a coach that said it, right?
No, it was one of the members. One of the members. She was reading a book. She said she read a book.
No.
Yeah, it's a book, and the author of the book is Sanjay Gupta, and it was inactivity is the disease, movement is the cure,
and that kind of resonated with us because we couldn't move before.
No.
We've been very honest about the fact that when we first started our journey, Jean-Luc could barely stand up for more than 5 minutes. We would actually avoid plans with friends because if we saw that he had to stand up for more than 5 minutes, then we wouldn't actually go. We would actually just cancel.
Yeah, I would literally ask my friends, is there a chair? Is there somewhere for me to sit? Because if I have nowhere to sit, I'm not going. I would have been miserable the entire time I was there, because my feet were hurting so much.
So it's true. Having that activity is the movement, moving yourself. And a lot of people always think that movement means going to a gym, running a 5K. And the thing is, it doesn't mean that we actually did not work out at all today. but we've been on the go every single second of the day today. We've not actually sat down to watch TV except for maybe half an hour.
Yeah.
Every other time today, we've been working, doing different things. And so that's what we're saying. Movement is keeping yourself busy, doing some active things.
But I want you to think of this not only on the activity pillar, but this pillar right here. Inactivity is the disease and movement is the cure. So never think, this is the biggest muscle that we need to exercise. It's our brain. That's the muscle that controls us to walk, to move, to want to do stuff.
Yeah.
And in order to want to do that stuff, you have to make this want to do it.
Yeah.
And to make this want to do it, you have to do stuff you love.
And we've been very big proponents of saying that, guys, the forever method, right? Do stuff today that you want to do forever. If you're doing something today that you hate and you loathe doing, you will not want to do it when you have a bad day or a bad month or a bad year.
Yeah.
You'll want to throw that out the window because you don't enjoy it. And that's the thing. You have to make it fun.
Definitely.
So
let's talk to somebody else.
So you want to talk to Marilyn?
Yes. I love Marilyn.
Hi, Marilyn.
There we go.
Okay, can you hear me?
Ken, how are you?
I'm doing very well. I just want to share with you that tomorrow I have maintained my healthy weight for 2 years and celebrating. And I want to thank everybody out there in your world because you guys have all helped me through COVID be able to maintain. And it's not been, it hasn't been an easy road, but it's finally a fun road. And I've finally got my puzzle pieces kind of put together. So unless it falls apart, and I still have struggles. This week I overdid and had to use my walker again, but I've made a 15-minute, what I call my game changer plan. And it's to get up and do something for 15 minutes so I don't sit too long. So that's what I'm working on, guys. Love you guys, and I love everybody out there. So
we love you too. And
Marilyn's like the WB Canada sweetheart, okay? When we go to workshops, if anybody says Marilyn, everybody knows who she is, and they love Marilyn. Marilyn, you're like everyone loves you across the board.
And we think we met your American counterpart. There was another lady, and she was 84 as well. And we even said in a workshop, we're like, oh my goodness, she's like the American Marilyn.
Yeah.
She's the American Marilyn because she spoke, and we were like, we saw you so much. I was like, I wish there was a way I could introduce these two. How fun would that be? But we love you so much, Marilyn. You inspire us because I know when I'm
our freezer is fixed because of you.
Yes, you helped us fix our freezer, and we did not have to pay someone to come fix it because she was the smart one that said, if I use a leaf blower?
It was a leaf blower, right?
We used a hair dryer. We used a hair dryer because we didn't have a leaf blower, but your leaf blower story saved our freezer.
Yeah. So
I want to share one more story with one of my old times that saved me when I fell in the hot tub. When I went to the Y years ago, we did something called bum walking, and that's how I got myself out of the clubhouse after I broke my knee and ankle. So everything you learn has a purpose in life, and not many of you may know what bum walking is, but it's you move your hips up and down. I learned that at the Y. So everything you learn keeps you going. So keep on learning, guys.
That's awesome,
I love
Marilyn.
that, Marilyn. That is probably the best advice we could give is never stop learning. And what we said earlier, and it goes along with that whole idea of this muscle, this inactivity. When you're not learning, the idle hands come into play. That's where you start eating stuff for no reason. But when you're learning and you're keeping busy, your mind doesn't think about food in the same way, right? It now thinks of food as a way to sustain you, to make you keep going, but it doesn't make you think, okay, I just need to eat, because there's nothing else going on.
Thank you so much, Marilyn. So you want to go next?
Yeah, let's go to somebody else.
Let's go to Naomi. Spotlight. That's mute.
It would be cool if it was voice activated. Please.
I know, right? Hi.
Hi.
I just want to say, I know last week, I think it was towards the end of the meeting, I sort of shared a Connect post about my journey. And I was very, very close to making goal in lifetime, and I did on Thursday when I weighed in.
Woohoo!
So thank you. So now I'm 83.6 pounds down as of Thursday.
That's amazing.
And so I don't know how I did it, but I lost 5.2 pounds last week to make it. And I wrote something on Connect. If it's okay, I'd like to share it if that's okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So it goes, I lost 5.2 pounds this week for a total of 83.6 pounds lost. I'm now back to goal finally. Hooray. This reminds me of my why and that this program, lifestyle journey, or whatever you want to call it, works as long as you stick with it and keep working all of your strategies. You can't do one without the others, and that's about the puzzle pieces. You can't have one without the others. You can do this. I did. And then I showed this last week, but I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah.
Right? So that was my before picture, and that one's my after.
That's amazing.
Right? But you're absolutely right, because the puzzle pieces, like, you can't have one without the other. All of the pieces need to fit together, because I had gone into Lifetime after 2.5 years of being on WW. And then I was like, okay, I can do this by myself. I stopped going to the meetings. I was doing everything else, and I stopped going to the meetings. And then I gained 20 pounds back, and I was like, what the heck am I doing? Right. And I had worked really hard. And as I said last week, I had something extreme happen to me to make me do WW. So I worked really hard to get to that point, and to see it creep back up again, I was like, I have to stop this now. And I came back to meetings. So it's really important you have all those puzzle pieces. There's a reason why every part of WW works together, and why the science behind each part of it is so important.
Definitely, Naomi. You just said that so well there, because it's so true that most people realize that when one of the pillars is lacking,
it throws everything off in balance.
It throws everything off.
If you don't get enough sleep, then you're cranky and you might not eat as well, and so then you're not eating, and it affects the other two pillars. If you don't exercise activity, your mood is down, so your mood's down, so you might not pick the best choices in food. If you eat a big meal, then you can't sleep at night because you ate a big meal because you ate too much. All of these pillars affect each other in some way, and so it's so true. Thank you so much for sharing, and congratulations.
Congratulations. That's phenomenal.
Like it's getting a lifetime is such a big achievement, so congratulations. And thank you so much for sharing with us, and thank you so much. And I wrote down all your info, so there's on our list for future possible interviews. So
for what we talked about
down.
already.
Yeah.
Definitely. Talk to Devin.
Devin! Hi, Devin!
Hi, boys. How are you?
Good. How are you today?
How are you doing?
I'm good. You guys are so adorable every time I see you guys.
Oh, you're too sweet.
I'm glad.
But on a serious note, though, I went to my doctor's follow-up appointment to see where I'm at, and let me tell you, it's not my friend. And I looked down on their scale, and I gained 6 pounds, and I'm like, oh crap, what did I do from Christmas and all that? Because I tracked, measured everything, wasn't going crazy, and been drinking my big jug of water. And I don't know what's going on.
It's sometimes unexplainable. So
Yeah.
maybe you need to, we were talking about the 4 pillars, right? And
Yes.
Are you sleeping enough?
Are you doing activity?
Is your activity a little bit more increased right now? Like, you have to really take that into consideration. And it could just be one of those weeks. It could just be that moment where, your body's saying, you know what? You're going to retain water this week.
And Margie was in chat saying maybe you're losing inches, Devin. So that's the thing. When we explained when we started doing our activity again back in March this year, started working out. For 2 months, we didn't lose any weight, and we were staying the same or going up, and we weren't moving. It wasn't until after our bodies got used to that activity that we started losing weight again. So that could be something else that's going on with you as well. The body is a very strange thing. So I would say keep going with your tracking. Keep picking the right choices in terms of healthier foods. Try to maybe add something different to your activity to kind of change that up a little bit, and then keep working out.
Absolutely, I'll keep that in mind. But thank you, though.
Love you.
Love you guys.
And next we have
Laura. I don't think we've ever spoken to Laura before. I think this is, have you been here before, Laura, or is this your first time?
I was on briefly last week.
Last week, yes.
Yeah, but yeah, I just found you guys on Connect and linked out to your Facebook group recently, and I have been on Weight Watchers in 2 countries on and off for years, but I rejoined last January because my blood sugar was pre-diabetic, and I got it back down last year to normal, having lost almost 40 pounds and gained some weight over Christmas, and it was my 40th birthday and what have you, but I'm working on getting those back off and I'm moving forward. And I just wanted to say hello, and I'm grateful to have found you guys, because I am not very well supported in my household, and my family is really far away. So that's kind of what I wanted to say hi for. I sat by my fire. And I live in Colorado now.
Support. If you need help, just post
in our group anytime. And we want to make sure people realize that if you are in our group, don't feel like you have to ask permission to post stuff.
Just post your question.
Post your questions. People will be able to help. People will help you instantly. Yeah. There's never been a time where I've seen many types a blank answer to any question.
No, actually, I'll be honest. If I see a blank answer, I'll usually go below and say, "Oh, that's kind of cool." I'll bump it up, and then people will see it. Then it'll start answering. Because sometimes I don't have time to answer, so I say, "Maybe someone will help you with that." Enter, and then it'll pop up, and be like, "Oh." Then everyone will start commenting below because I said something. And so
I got some great snack ideas, and then I watched your snacking video, and I ordered some snacks on Amazon today for school, because we come back to school this week.
What were you saying? I'm assuming the UK, and is it Canada or the US?
No, I live in the US. I live in Colorado now. My mother actually lived in Calgary for several years, but they live back in England now. The UK is where I'm from originally, the south of the UK.
The UK, that was a given. I just wasn't sure if you were Canada.
Yeah, I've been in the States for 15 years, but.
You have a beautiful accent, by the way.
Yeah, we love the UK accent.
Thank you.
So much,
thanks for sharing, and welcome to the family.
Yeah. Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome.
And then now unremove spotlight, and then we'll go to Ellen.
On her QB, I'm assuming. Is that what is it a QB?
Hello. Well, it's not a QB, but it's a stationary mini bike.
Mini bike, awesome.
Yeah. Hi, I haven't seen you guys in forever, it seems. My goodness.
Show up at work. Ellen, they were like,
where's Ellen?
You know, I've been very busy living life, and that means not being on Zoom so much. So it's unfortunate, but it's fortunate at the same time, because I'm gaining so much. I remember Jean-Luc sharing, and I hope I'm not getting TMI here. I remember Jean-Luc sharing about how all of a sudden he felt the wind between his legs and was shocked. And I noticed after having gone to the bathroom the other day, when I pulled my pants up and everything, I actually saw a space between my legs that I had not seen before. And all I kept thinking was, oh my God, Jean-Luc's in the bathroom with me. Oh no. But it was hysterical. You know, it's like, and you know, I'm down 85 pounds. I'm a decent size. I wear a size 12 jeans, and I actually have 10s now. And I actually went to the store with one of the 10s that was too big and traded them in for a size 8. So it's like, I really am, I mean, I'm wearing a size 30, 32 men's belt to keep my pants up so they don't fall down. So, I mean, there's just so many NSVs, and I know we've shared this before, but I think it's important for people that are either new or not so seasoned as someone as me or Marilyn or, you know, anybody else out there that's lifetime. The non-scale victories, you know, are wonderful and better than the scale victories. And reach out to Devin especially. you know, I had 3 weeks in a row that I had gains since Christmas. I gained 0.6, 0.6, and then 1.8. But you know what? I added a lot of fitness in there too. I have this mini peddler that I've been using like during every workshop I've been on. And even when I sit and have my morning coffee, it's like I'm pedaling away. I've done over 100 minutes today on this peddler, you know. So, and I try to do it at a decent pace. So it just, you know, that in itself could have made me gain that 1.8 last week.
Exactly. And I love what you said about
yesterday. I lost 3 pounds.
Yeah, that's the thing. You have to give it time to catch up.
Unexplainable. And all I can think of right now is, did you ever know that you're my hero? And everything I like to be, you are the wind between my legs. That's all I had all the time. Is Bette Midler singing "You Are the Wind Between My Legs" instead of "Wind Beneath My Wings." I love you, Ellen. Thank you so much.
I love you guys.
And I want to say something too, like the non-scale victories never disappoint. I came up with that last year, and they never do. That should be something else for us.
Non-scale victories never disappoint. Thank you, Ellen.
So next we go to Melanie.
Oh, and Margaret was there, I think, for a bit too.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to get through everyone.
Yeah.
Hi, Melanie.
Hi, Melanie. How are you?
I made it today.
I know. Okay, this is hilarious, everybody. Yes, totally. So last night we were sitting on the couch and we were just watching TV, and all of a sudden my phone starts ringing and it's FaceTime, and it says, well, we have Mel as Mel Cruz, WW Cruz, because so she comes and I'm like, oh, she's calling. This is weird. So I answered FaceTime and she's like, guys, and then I'll let you fill in on the story. Mel, what happened?
I said, I can't believe what I just did. I totally lost track of days. And I thought last night was Sunday, and I was waiting for 7 o'clock, and I go on Zoom, and I logged into Zoom, and I'm waiting. It says they'll let you in shortly. The meeting is going to start, and I'm waiting, and it's like, they usually come on early, and why are they not on early? And it's like 7:03 and 7. I'm like, okay, there's something wrong. I check Facebook, maybe they canceled it, and then I'm like, okay, there's something wrong, and I call, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, it's Saturday. It's Saturday. So yes. So I was so looking forward to your work, your.
You just wanted us to be a day early.
Yeah.
I did. Okay. So here's a couple of things I have to share. So my first non-scale victory, I really want to share because this to me was huge. And this made me realize that that number on the scale means absolutely nothing in the scheme of things. And I've had these 2 pairs of shorts I bought about 12 years ago. Blue jean shorts, I love them. And I probably maybe only wore them for about 2 years, but I never got rid of them. And I would move them from my Toronto home to my Florida home, to my Toronto home, to my Florida home, back and forth every season, hoping that one day I'll fit into these shorts. And they never, ever fit me. And last March, when I was in Florida, I was cleaning out my closet, and I said, I came across the shorts. I go, okay, the time has come. I got to get rid of them. They'll never fit me. I have to do it. And I put them in a basket. And then with COVID hitting, I had to like rush home from Florida back to Toronto, and I left it in the basket. And I got back to Florida, and I was cleaning out more stuff out of my closet, and I came across these shorts again. And I'm like, oh, I thought I got rid of those. Like, oh, they're haunting me. Anyways, I said, okay, I'll try them on. And I tried them on. And after 10 years, they fit me. And if I have to tell you, like the last time, I couldn't even really get them at my thighs, and I could actually zip them up and button them, and they fit. And I really haven't lost that much weight in at least a year. I mean, I've lost maybe 8 pounds in a year. But it goes to show you that it's not just about the scale, like your body changes. So don't rely on that.
It's insane, yeah, because we're very big proponents of that too, because right now, even the two of us, we're not exactly at the same weight we used to be, but our clothes are fitting better.
Yeah.
You know, like even though we're not, Jean-Luc's not back to the 171 he used to be at when he first got like Lifetime originally.
Yep.
Our clothes are still fitting. And you know, it has nothing to do.
And how is that number on a scale gonna make my brain happy? I've now finally realized that that number on the scale is not going to make me any happier.
It made me so happy to wear those, to put those
The shorts.
Like that meant so much more to me. I was like,
Oh.
wow, I was so happy. The other thing I just wanted to share is, so I've been doing this like coloring challenge, right?
Yeah.
I'm absolutely addicted to, and it's making me exercise. So like in 17 days since January the 1st, I've only missed 1 day of exercising. So
And I
I'm
love
happy about that. Pardon?
Great visual.
It has a great visual. I'm so proud of this. And then I'm doing Casey and Joe's challenge. Like all these things are motivating me, but the biggest thing that's motivating me is that Apple Watch Jean-Luc and Nick's challenge.
The points.
I have been riding on your butts for the last like couple days. Like we are like within.
And you're catching up today because we didn't work out today. So
Actually, I surpassed you tonight. I just went for an extra walk today and I've surpassed you. And I love these challenges. They're amazing. So yes, so thanks guys.
Watch challenge this month. It was just an easy challenge just to let people just join in and try to get points. I'm hoping to come out with other types of challenge. I was looking to see if we could do a step challenge or things like that, but it doesn't seem there is anything yet with that. So we'll keep working on those challenges.
And hopefully try to figure out. I know someone had mentioned to us that there are some places that you can do a cross-platform on different devices, but everyone's still doing the same type of challenge, but through different devices. So we might look into that too to make it so that way everyone can work together on a challenge somehow.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for sharing, Mal. And Barbara, I know she's been waiting for a while. I noticed, and then I thought she disappeared, and then she was still there. I was like, oh no. Hi, Barbara. How are you?
Hi, Jean-Luc. Hi, Nick. I'm great. My non-scale victory is my brain thought I wanted something sweet, like chocolate or something the other day. Well, I talked to myself and I said, nope. I got up because my apples are where I could see them because I'm watching a lot of your reset videos. And I basically got 2 apples. I sliced them up. I nuked them. I put some cinnamon on it and some Jordan's caramel sugar-free syrup. And I had my own healthier version of a carameled apple.
Love
That's amazing.
And I was starting to laugh when you guys made popcorn. I have 2 of those bowls. I have one from Weight Watchers and I have a Pamper Chef one. So I'm like, oh my God, they use the same type of bowl I do.
Well, we alternate. We put one in and then we get the other one ready and we put the other one in.
And I've been doing a lot of like meal prep like you guys do when you come home from the store, you wash all your vegetables. I started to wash. That's what I got to get a big tub for it.
We make it every day. Every day.
I've been washing like my lettuce. I made my salad. I did my meal prep and I washed my lettuce when I got home with it after my workout. I have a Fitbit. I actually have a Apple Watch now, so I'd love to join one of your challenges.
Sure. And now we're probably doing more of them. I'll probably start one in February as well, just because it seems people are enjoying it. So I'll do another one in February. And like I said, we'll keep learning how to do them. So eventually, just like the Zoom tonight, we're learning as we go. We're adding new features as we see stuff. So we'll hopefully in the future have a contest that can be cross-platform. So the Fitbitters and the Apple Watch.
We can all do it together.
I got both of them. I got both because at work, people at work have Fitbits, so I do Fitbit challenges with them. And now because my trainer has an Apple Watch, so her and I are like eye and one another.
That's thanks for sharing, Barbara.
I love you guys.
We love you too.
Thank you so much. So next we have Nisha.
Hi, Nisha. How are you? I think you're still muted, but you should be able to unmute yourself now.
There we go.
Yes,
Hi, guys.
Hi, how are you?
See you. I was talking, I think I came on a few weeks ago to introduce myself to you. And, there's so much that I can say about how much all of the stuff that you say has resonated with me. But one of the first things that I'll say is, I've been thinking about all the quote, like last week when you had Antonetta on and you were talking a lot about quotes and analogies. And there was a quote that I kept meaning to share on the page that I will after, and it's an Audrey Hepburn quote about like the word not being impossible, but instead it talks about I am possible. And I think that's what I'm really trying to apply to myself now, is that I am possible, because I made it like, I decided again January 1st that I was going to, you know, rejoin Weight Watchers. In the first week, I was really, you know, after the first week, I felt really bloated and, you know, puffed up, and after the holidays. And then I thought about it. I'm like, you know what? I've been super stressed out. Like over the holidays, both my mom and sister had COVID. You know, I'm an early childhood educator who's been going back and forth between in-person, virtual. Like I've been at home since the beginning of December. I live on my own. I only see my boyfriend on the weekends. So it, you know, there's been so much. So I said, you know, I have to allow myself to, you know, to go through that. And then last week I started to make some more changes. And I thought, you know, I have to do this for me, like, you know, and start like exercising more in the morning and, you know, taking more control of things. And like I said, doing all of that, I felt better last week, and I'm 1.5 down. I feel really great about that. But the one question I have for you guys is, you know, today I you know, I get together with my family, and the first thing I hear is, oh, your jacket looks really tight for you. Is that why you're exercising? And I kind of figured, how do I not let that negative self-talk take me into this week? How do I put that aside and replace it with how great I'm feeling?
It's hard to, because it's very hard to put aside comments from other people. The thing is that you have to always think that.
You just said it right there actually before. How you're feeling about what you've accomplished is more important than what they said to you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? You said it. How you feel what you've accomplished is way more important than what they said to you. So don't let that distract that you've had all these positive thoughts already and you feel so good about yourself.
And these are just their opinions. Their opinions aren't facts. So, and RuPaul says it well. If they don't pay your bills, pay their opinions, don't mind. Like their opinions aren't going to change who you are and who you value yourself as a person. And so it's hard. I know I can get it. Like hearing that kind of comment, like we've heard them. I think everyone in this group could probably raise a hand. I know a comment that was said from someone, even a family member, that was said in the past that hurt them. And it was hard to remove that comment from your reality. But you have to understand that person is living their reality, and their reality is not yours. And so you need to celebrate who you are and know that you're a great person, a strong person, and you can do this. And that's what I would say.
And I'm gonna even go as further as saying, take a piece of paper. This is something that I just thought of right now. Take a piece of paper, write that comment on a piece of paper, wrap it up and crumple it and throw it in the garbage.
Okay.
That comment don't let it bug you. Get rid of it.
Yeah.
And if you get rid of it, just get rid of it. And keep doing that to every single comment that throws you. Actually, throw it in the recycling because we don't want to waste it. Make sure you use a piece of reusable that up and don't create more trees, but you know what I'm saying, right? Get rid of it. Find a way to make those comments no longer be part of this part of you. And take it out from you because it's not a comment that you need to live with.
Thank you so much, guys.
So we are out of time for today. We're actually over time tonight right now.
But don't go away, Danielle and Nicole, because we will be talking to you in just a few seconds.
So thank you so much, everyone, for joining us tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed the new look, the way we started doing things today instead of doing, up above angle from YouTube. You guys actually saw live in the Zoom, which is an amazing thing.
And Janet too, I got your message.
So Janet's message?
Yes, Janet wants to say something.
Okay, so Janet.
Did you want to do it on YouTube, Janet, or did you want to do it privately? I don't know if you can send us a message in the chat. That would be great.
So things happening coming up this week. So Back to Basics continues. I'll keep sharing posts every weekday. Other topics coming up this week about mindset. The food topic is coming up. So all our food videos that we've ever come up with are going to be posted this week.
Not recipes, but food. Like talking about food.
We're also going to be next Saturday, our favorite things, G. Hughes barbecue sauce video comes out, which is kind of ironic because it was mentioned in the group by Gwen this weekend. All of a sudden, and everybody's talking about it. Like, that's the video coming up next week. It's already filmed and released.
What was
ready
funny
to go.
is when she posted, I'm like, "Hun, did you post the video already?" She's like, "No, look at the post." I was like, "Oh, that was somebody else's post."
So that's coming out next Saturday. Also next, the 22nd, 23rd, 24th is the Power 3 retreat. So for those of you who've not heard about it, we are hosting a virtual retreat next weekend, 1 hour Friday, 4 hours on Saturday, and 1 hour on Sunday. It's all about conversations about positive ideas, changing your frame of thoughts, changing your frame of mind. We talk a lot of stuff on our workshops with you guys or our sessions with you guys about specific topics, but we always jump around very quickly. We don't dive deep into them. These sessions will dive deep into these 4 topics. One of them having to do with positive self-talk. One of them having to do with the power of saying yes. One of them about turning off the noise and the people out there that are negative into your life, just like Nisha just talked about right now.
Yeah.
And also a session about food and how it affects your mood and your gut and how certain foods will help you. So these are things we talked about, but these are being more in depth. So if you're interested, there is a cost. It's $55. You can register up to tomorrow is the early bird prize draw that we're going to be. So tomorrow. If you register for the end of day tomorrow, there is an early bird draw. Oh my God, that's hard to say. And you can either win a 1 hour session with Jean-Luc and I, or you can win a month sessions of body class with Antonetta.
And then did we not supposed to do something live right now?
Yes, we will be.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure. Okay, I wasn't sure.
And another thing that we're really delayed tonight. Sorry. That's why we're very behind tonight. We talked to a lot of people. So another thing that we're going to be giving away is during the session is going to be we're going to give away a cookbook from Hungry Girl, autographed by the author. It's the newest cookbook. She sent it to us. We met one of her friends at a workshop last week, Dana, and so she sent us the cookbook, signed and autographed. So that's one of the prizes. We're giving away 2 more sessions to chat one-on-one with us, and as well as some body sessions as well throughout the at the end of the event as well. So you have chances to win prizes at the event.
And we possibly have one more prize that we're still working on. We're hoping. And again, like I mentioned, it has to do with art.
So again, if you're interested, just post on any post, send us a message. We'll send you the details and the link. The next thing we want to talk about, we did get some mail this week. More Christmas cards.
Christmas cards, and they're still trickling in. We got some from Heather and Sean from Newfoundland. And then we also got a beautiful Christmas card from Winnie.
Yeah,
and Winnie as well. And
thank you so much for
the gift card. The Starbucks gift card. We really appreciate it.
And then the next thing we want to do is we have a prize to give away, 2 cookbooks to give away right now.
It's happening.
So we explained in our group how we did this. There was a 5,000 member contest we started when we were at 4,000 members. And so what we did is out of everybody that commented, we picked 50 numbers, random numbers out of 809. And so if your comment was comment 452 and that number was selected, then that's how we picked your name. So the 50 people that were picked are now going to be, we're going to draw right now.
Watch this. This
so
is another thing we learned
this.
this week.
So I'm going to share my screen. So give me a second. So you guys are going to see Zoom for, you're going to see Facebook, YouTube for a second there. Share. Okay, this thing is hiding this.
Oh, it's hiding everything?
Okay. There we go. So here we go, guys. So this is how we're going to pick the winner. So as you can see, every single name is on the list right here. So Janet's name is right here, and it's just spinning right now. So you guys can see the screen, and we will spin in a second because it hasn't spun yet.
Oh, I thought it spun.
Oh, it did. There you go. So Emily T from Ontario, Canada wins the first cookbook. So I'm going to write that down. So
we didn't put anybody's last names just in case people didn't want their last names posted everywhere. So we have a master list.
We have a master list somewhere. Yeah. So now I'm going to remove that winner. And now we're going to spin again for the second cookbook.
Number 2.
Here we go. Spin, spin, spin. Where's it going to land? Where's it going to land? And it's landing on... Oh, it's Susan G of Ontario, Canada. That's awesome. We had one Australian on the list. We're like, how are we gonna send to Australia?
It would have gotten there. It would have made it. It would have made it.
So I hope that was fun. We were hoping to do more contests in our Zoom group and our Facebook group eventually. This was our first one we ran. We're gonna do some more, guys. We have more cookbooks to give away and other prizes to give out. So we're gonna be doing some more. And what else is coming up this week, hun?
This week we have a few workshops. Actually, we have one workshop on Monday. We're going to be in Nepean Central, Ontario. Nepean Central, Ontario. On Wednesday, we're going to be in Ajax, Ontario.
And then we are off next weekend.
Yes.
So we are not doing any workshops next Saturday or Sunday or Thursday or Friday because we are getting ready for the event. And so if you guys
will
want
still be live on Sunday.
We'll be live on Sunday though. Same
live
time.
Sunday.
That does not disappear. We're still going to be here live. And so I think that's it, Han. I think we might
think
have
that's
everything.
it. Exactly.
Yeah. So I think thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. If you guys enjoyed this video, please hit the like button below. Subscribe to our channel. We're almost at 9,000 subscribers on YouTube, so that's the next milestone.
Insane.
It's coming up.
Yeah.
So if you're not subscribed to our channel, please subscribe to help us get there. And if not, that's okay too. Just keep watching and come back next week.
Hope you all have a great night. Have a great week. Believe in yourselves. You know you can do it. We know you can do it. It doesn't matter how long it takes because the journey is forever.
Bye, everyone.
Mwah. Love you all. Bye, Facebook. I'll go finish that one over there.